Welcome to another episode of the Brothers Watch. We are joined today by my Uncle Jamie over here. Let's round of applause. Jeff is missing once again today. He's on dad duty, but we just saw Superman in theaters for an early access. So we've got a lot to say about this movie. We're going to do spoilers free to start, and we'll time code it so that you'll see when we are doing spoilers later in the show. But first, let's do our rating out of 10. We'll start with Ben. Ben, what's your rating out of 10?
8.2.
That's higher than I thought. That's higher than I thought. I'm going to say 9.4. Tony.
6.3. I'm sorry.
Uncle Jamie.
8.7.
Oh, wow. 8.7. Okay, I like it. So let's talk a little bit about what we liked, what we didn't like. Spoiler free still. Tony, what the heck is going on with that review?
Okay, spoiler free.
Spoiler
I'll
free.
start with the good things.
Yeah, start with the good.
I think the visual effects might be like on par with like the first Transformers movie. They were incredible.
Yeah, I thought they were awesome.
There was a few scenes where I was like, but like what they were asked to do and what they were trying to portray, I thought they killed it.
Yeah.
I would agree.
The fight scenes were intense. The visual effects were great throughout. There was a couple scenes with the visual effects where I was like, where it lost me, and I think what most people, maybe I'm wrong, is I thought the movie felt confused about it, what it was trying to portray, what kind of movie it was trying to be.
So more of the tone or the story itself?
The story was baseline, very predictable, very safe, which I thought was fine. But there were scenes where there was amazing, like cinematic, you were in there, you were feeling the emotions of the scene, and then boom, random joke that was stupid.
Okay, so that's kind of a good segue because one of the few things we said as we were leaving, Uncle Jamie, you said the tone was a little strange, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
So what in what regard? What do you think?
It felt very Silver Age comic book, like 80s comic bookish to me. And then they would just pull you out of the movie with something that's so intense and doesn't fit in a comic book.
Okay.
Like a shockingly violent
I know exactly what
scene,
you're talking about.
which just didn't fit to me. But most of it seemed like something when you were growing up as a kid, you're reading comic books. As you're getting older, you're reading them, and it wasn't that dark tone that you've gotten used to with Superman.
Right, yeah.
Which I really enjoyed. But those parts that pulled you out that were a little too much, I thought.
Okay, yeah. Ben, did you think the same thing about the tone with that too?
Yeah, I do think there are parts that feel off in the movie. I agree with Tony fully. Visually, I kept coming back to the word stunning. I think it's one of the best
For sure.
comic book superhero visually done movies of all time.
I'm kinda with that.
It's that good.
They killed that.
I hate how studios, though, always insert a character in a movie that you know is clearly designed to sell toys. That is one of my biggest.
I thought of it the whole movie.
Who's the one
They,
designed to sell
they're
toys?
going to sell so many crypto dolls.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought he was talking about the shape-shifting guy.
No, crypto.
Engineer's great too, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's part of it.
I'm with you.
Plot wise, it detracts for me a little bit.
Really? See, that was one of my favorite things. I guess one of my big things is like I was hoping to walk in there feeling like I was watching a comic book live, right? Like I was hoping that it would feel very comic booky. Look, I love the Henry Cavill adaptation, but it was dark, right? It was really, really dark with the Zack Snyder.
and a lot more unrelatable.
Yeah, and
This one was a lot more relatable.
he was doing that, like he was like gee whiz or gosh darn it, and it's like that's Superman. Like that's not everybody's cup of tea, like Captain America kind of, but he's kind of got that.
I get that, but I felt like there were so many characters that were there already to give that comic relief to
Maybe.
the serious tones of it that it didn't need to happen when there was two scenes in particular where I'm fully involved in the dialogue. Everything is crescendoing the way it should, and then joke.
Yeah,
And it just felt forced and not authentic to me.
it felt like James Gunn. It was like you throw the crazy action, you've got the
But it wasn't like that
spectacle
the whole time. Like Guardians
Right.
was like that the whole time.
Yeah.
The social media conversation was one that I felt like was not needed in the film.
totally
Like,
agree.
why does that character care about that?
Yeah, I thought that was a little interesting with him getting bullied online. Maybe it's showing him being somewhat human.
And I thought that was relatable. It brought it to the new generation.
Some people say it's because James Gunn got bullied online after a few comments, or because he did the Superman, his adaptation that was coming out, and so he inserted himself in the conversation as well, which I heard a lot of people complaining about. But when I saw it done, I thought it was pretty tasteful. Like I thought it was fine.
I'm looking at my notes.
As far as the characters themselves, I thought they really managed putting in a bunch of new superheroes into the universe without it feeling way too busy. What did you think about that?
I agreed. I think Hawk Girl I was a little disappointed in.
She
There was nothing there for me. That was very two-dimensional.
The screaming, oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, does she do that like historically? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it wasn't a gruff Hawk Girl like you get from the animated series, for Justice League or from the comic books. Even it's just did nothing.
It was kind of in the middle, and it was a little strange, right?
Yeah, but every other character I thought was good.
Yeah. What did you think of your guy,
Superman?
Guy Gardner?
Oh, I love Guy Gardner. He was great.
Did he encapsulate exactly what you were hoping for in the comics?
Perfect. Yeah, he was perfect. What was that?
Did you watch The Rookie? Do you watch The Rookie?
No.
Oh,
he's the
for
star of
Nathan.
that show.
Yeah.
Serenity. I always think about him from that series.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
Actually had a lot of TV show actors in this film.
Who else?
That are like mainly known for TV shows.
Oh, Alan Tudyk.
Her editor at the Daily
Yeah,
Planet.
the Chief is in Jack Ryan.
He's a big character in the TV show Suits.
Okay.
And Jack
Nathan
Ryan, right?
Fillion. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was more than a few. Mr. Terrific, I know him. He's mainly in TV shows, but I know him for Twilight.
I actually thought he was well done.
Is he from Twilight?
He's Twilight, yeah.
Again, comic relief.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I liked his character in general. Like, he was middle of the ground. He had a really cool action scene as well. I thought that was a lot of fun.
That felt Marvel-y to me.
Yeah.
Well,
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
I really did. The thing about the old DC movies was that I felt like it was, one, a little too dark, but I know that's kind of DC's thing a little bit. But then it was always, they were trying to jam way too much in, and it was just so much over and over. This, I felt like they paced it well, even though at times it seemed like a little chaotic and the tone would go up and down.
I take that over boring.
The pace was pretty well done, and you got interested in the characters pretty quickly. So I was pumped watching it.
I went into it expecting to hate one character, and I was very surprised not to hate Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor.
I thought he crushed it.
I thought he did well.
I thought he did okay.
You didn't like it?
I thought that his motivation was cloudy.
Okay.
Obviously, he's a jealous, prideful person, and Superman's the love people have for Superman was his main motivator.
Yeah.
But then, also you're motivated to have. It seemed monetarily motivated. It just kind of seemed a little. I think
everything.
he was limited more by the script than
Yeah.
he was by his acting.
His acting was
I thought
great,
acting was good. I totally get what you're saying, though, from a script perspective. Some of his motives would be questionable.
His and then what happens?
right? So let's break it down real quick this way before we go any further. Worth the price of admission, on the fence, or straight to streaming?
To be fair, that place was packed.
It was
There was
packed.
not an empty seat. Everyone stayed the whole time.
So let's go back to Ben to start with this. Worth the price, on the fence.
Worth the price of admission, 100%.
You already know it's
Yeah.
worth the price.
Same.
Yeah, I definitely would see it again.
It was fun.
It was fun. It wasn't boring at all.
I called Alex on the way home, and I told her immediately I cannot wait to go take you to see that movie. I think it was fun.
You're so cute.
Oh, I also thought that Lois was great.
She was great.
Thought that all the characters were really well done.
Yeah, there's a good rapport, I thought, between those two.
Absolutely.
So, without going too much into spoilers,
Yeah.
Joe and Jamie, talk to us about what you didn't like, since you're both more of the overly positive in this movie.
We'll start with you.
Non-spoilers?
Yeah.
Non-spoilers, what you didn't
That's
like.
tough. I didn't like the way the tone varied, for sure. Boy, it's easier to tell what I loved about it. I love the cinematics of the flight scenes. I mean, Superman, the flight scenes for Superman should be the best, and that was
They were pretty great.
Yeah,
killed it
they're
with
good.
the flight scenes.
They were pretty great.
I think the tone was the biggest killer for me, and
Yeah.
then the scene that you're referring to at the end, that was
We'll get into it.
I immediately thought of you. So you could tell it took me out a little bit, that
Yeah.
scene. I think going along those lines of what we really did like, sorry, Ben, we're just nerfing your question right there.
That's okay.
I love the score too.
I
when
hated
that
this.
John Williams came in there.
Yeah, I thought it was
John
great.
Williams?
No,
Is he
it-
alive?
yeah, but it wasn't John Williams, but they tried to get that feel.
I wish I had written
So
it
good.
down, but one of my notes is score is uninspired.
I say I don't remember it being memorable.
That's not a good sign.
See, I
Because
feel like
it's from the Christopher Reeve movie.
Okay.
And when we saw, that's the Superman. That's the classic.
If it's got
Superman
nostalgia based,
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's different.
yeah, I think if you like Superman comic book wise, animated wise, or even like any adaptation of Superman, you'll
Except the
probably
dark
have
one.
fun. I think you'll probably have fun. Even I think if you're a Zack Snyder fan, I still think that you might have gripes with the tone, like we're kind of having conversation about. But I think that you would really enjoy the movie still. Okay, let's jump spoiler wise. Tony, you're chomping at the bit. Go.
Dude, at the end, you're getting the resolution from Lex and Clark,
Yeah.
and the monologues are great, and Clark's having his moment, and everything is right where it should be. And then Superdog, what's his name?
Crypto.
Crypto comes in and Hulk Loki's him.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's like just everything is, to me in that moment, completely ruined.
So, okay, because I thought the same thing. I thought, like, as soon as it happened, I thought of James Gunn. I'm like, that's his style. But if Superman is supposed to be this pure guy, he didn't want to kill
I understand
anything.
you couldn't beat
So
You
so
needed
what do you? How do you write it then? Because the audience wants his beat.
Bro,
So
I think
Crypto
it can-
has to do it.
There can be a happy balance. Like, you don't have
he was
to
crying.
you don't have to smirk at the camera and then have the phrase "brain over brawn" like he's laughing.
Oh yeah,
at
that was
it.
horrendous. I totally forgot about that. That was horrendous.
And then just whistle and the dog comes to save the day. Like
You couldn't have done that 20 minutes ago, my guy.
Yeah.
I would have actually been fine leaving in the phrase "brain over brawn," winking at the camera, and then him taking over.
Yeah.
That would have salvaged
'cause
the movie for me.
Am I wrong or the lore? Okay, you guys are the lore guys. Is
More.
Superman not like super overpowered? Is he not one of the most like the strongest, most able-bodied?
Right, but
Superhero?
in the Superman comics, you know better than me again.
varies, yeah.
Does he always just whoop everybody, or is he? I mean, he's always got an opponent that's worth his.
He's on the
salt.
brink of death, and he can't just leave people off and send them into another dimension with his power.
I did wonder about when he was battling himself, and why is he just getting lit up by the lasers, but he's not just lasering back? You know?
My biggest gripe with the film is that they are controlling Ultraman and just shouting out commands for him to
Like a
fight
video game,
Superman.
yeah.
Why can Lex Luthor call out the commands and Superman can't like predict it in advance? Like, why can Lex Luthor out?
He's faster than Flash.
Well,
apparently.
I think the thing is that
Apparently not.
he's learned him because you guys were late getting your popcorn and stuff, but
Bro.
it said it was there were 3
They
years.
couldn't. In no other movie in history has a movie started 10 minutes after it was supposed to.
So they explained that he's been Superman or he's been there for 3 years, right? And so I think the whole thing about this is that Lex he's studied him and he knows him and he knows he's going to pull his punch here. He knows he's going to talk here. He's going to wait here. And so they're showing you that Lex is like a genius.
I get that.
He's-
And he said the dialogue really explained to me like what was going like, hey, this is your clone and he's stronger than you. Got it. That all makes sense why there's a battle. But bro, like he's Superman.
Yeah, how do you make a clone that's stronger than him?
And he doesn't have an alarm at his house.
Yeah, let's hear. How does
Well, I mean, in some of the comic storylines, the more radiation he develops over time, like All-Star Superman, he winds up in All-Star Superman kind of dying because he absorbs so much of the solar radiation that he can't handle it anymore, and basically it kills him.
Oh,
So that was the thing about the power level too. If he's been Superman for 3 years, it could be that he's early on in his power level in this type storyline. If it's like a silver,
Makes sense.
So
like he's not fully.
yeah, I think there was even a Superboy storyline. I think Superboy Prime was in a pocket universe, and they wound up bathing him in radiation, and he became the most like. That's why Superboy Prime can kick all the other Superman asses.
And
Superboy
is there something where I feel like there is where he pulls his punches a lot because he doesn't want to do so much damage or kill or anything like that, because it clearly seems like even with the kaiju, right? I mean,
Is that the animal?
Yes.
the giant
The
thing.
one that grew.
I mean, he still doesn't want to kill it, no matter
let's
what.
take
He's
it to
like
a station.
bothered by them killing it, and so even the clone of himself, he's not trying to kill it necessarily at first.
I get that. I feel that. But it was a clone. You knew when it was like, hey,
know.
that's a clone. That guy's gonna die.
But that's why Lex knew he was one up on him.
Yeah.
At least in my
I thought that whole kaiju fight was hilarious. I love that.
yeah.
Even though it felt very comic booky and
Yeah.
almost almost too much.
Okay. Okay.
Almost too much. But him saving the squirrel was funny and bro,
Squirrel was great in the dog.
so unnecessary to have the dog hit the tree. Though. Like, can you just have the dog run away? I was like, bro, twice in a row with two dogs.
I was wondering why you hated. I saw your hands go up.
I was like, why does he have to whimper when he hits the tree? Just let him run away, dude.
Well, at least you had Crypto there to just destroy
I
everything.
thought Crypto was dead. It was like him whining. I almost was like, that almost killed the movie for me.
But
Bro.
all he did during that fight was damage control. You know,
Yeah.
really.
Right,
I mean,
right.
he didn't do anything but damage control, which was a little bit frustrating. But
Right.
yeah, it was
and it's
good.
almost like him holding him. You're
Yeah,
feeling
sure.
his frustration to some degree, I think. Or maybe I'm just really into the movie. I can't
No,
tell.
no, what was I about to say? It's gone.
Something about
Oh,
something
he doesn't have an alarm in his house?
for what?
Even
It's always something. It's always
anyway,
derailed.
whatever. He doesn't have an alarm, some watch that dings when the
When there's problems in the world.
when his house is being invaded.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Yeah. Well, I guess that he's not worried about it. It's got to
Also-
be his DNA.
Lex
I mean,
Luthor,
he also says though he's created a distraction. That is the kaiju.
yeah, he was.
You didn't think about the distraction.
I thought about this. Anyway, Lex Luthor is smart enough to make pocket universes and rivers of galaxies. And he doesn't know Clark Kent is Superman.
It's the hypno glasses.
Also-
They explained. I couldn't remember if you were getting popcorn. See, this is why you can't ever like movies, is because you're going way too much.
I'll do one more thing.
Go ahead.
There's no way, just physically speaking, like physics, that Superman could catch a building, all the pressure of the one building on one point.
Go ahead. Get him. Get him.
Because he has
Get
some
him.
mind control.
They say like maybe tactile telekinesis.
Oh,
So he touches it, it holds everything
then
together, and
everything
he
just
pushes.
kind-
Yeah. So
is that lore?
I don't know if that's lore or not, but it's.
Let's pretend it's lore. That sounds great.
See that?
But it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Same with the
for
animal.
sure,
He would have
for
just
sure.
gone through his
Yeah.
skin.
He also flies and gets power from the sun. Okay. I'm not sure if you know that.
It's, it's interesting he had Peacemaker in there.
Oh,
was
yeah.
a
that was
cameo.
hilarious.
Yeah, that was really funny.
What's the nerd's allure? Why is everyone obsessed with him?
What's that?
The reporter. Why is everyone? He's like mid looking.
I think that's supposed to be a comedic thing.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
all the
funny.
women are obsessed with
They
him.
were obsessed with him. I was really hoping they'd show Homegirl's toes. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm going off the rails here.
Okay.
Also, what's up with McGee?
Yeah, I figured that was your favorite
she
character.
was just there for fun? What
She's a character. What do you mean?
do you mean? What's her name?
I don't know.
Okay, not a good character.
Cat Grant.
Cat Grant? Yeah. Or Tessmacher.
Ben doesn't know anything about Superman, but he knows Cat Grant.
Hey,
He's got the whole.
I pay attention. in the key
Yeah, it's
moments
hard
of
not
the
to pay
movie.
attention. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Do you have anything else to say other than that?
Nah.
All right.
It was good. Go see it. It was fun. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah, it's worth the price of admission. I think it's
Oh,
worth the
I
price of
love
admission multiple times. Go ahead.
At the end, when they're making out and he's flying up, I love you too. Just.
Tony, it's a superhero movie.
I understand, but just.
You're going to have to get over it, dude.
Yeah, they dance around the relationship the entire movie. They have to have some type of conclusion.
It's okay to have feelings.
Maybe I'm being wrong. Would you feel it was cringy?
I liked
little
it.
bit, yeah,
I liked
a
it.
little bit. Oh, you liked it?
But I liked it. Yeah.
thought it made
reminded
sense.
me of the first, the Christopher Reeve one. A couple things. I
Yes.
thought they had a missed opportunity for Bizarro with
Okay.
Ultraman.
Who's
Okay.
that? What's that?
Bizarro's the kind of anti-Superman. He's a clone of Superman in some of the comic books, but basically he's just kind of dumb and whatever he likes kryptonite. And he's got a reverse S on his chest because he's from a parallel universe. I sort of thought Ultraman was going to go in that direction.
Is Ultraman his clone in this movie? That's his name?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Ultraman in the comic books was like a crime syndicate Superman from another. Yeah, so he took over the world with Justice. Gosh, I can't remember what it was called.
Not the Justice Gang.
That was a funny bit.
Oh, it's the crime syndicate.
Oh, okay.
They took over the world. So I thought that was kind of a missed opportunity, but
What'd you think of Supergirl? Making herself known at the end there.
is that going to be a movie? Or are they making
Yeah,
a
they're in production now.
interesting?
Yeah, they've got Lobo as the villain in that right now.
Who's playing Lobo? Do you know?
Jason Momoa.
Speaking of, that's another main TV show actress, Amelia Alcock.
Yeah.
From the Game of Thrones.
House of the Dragon.
House of Dragons.
Oh, what are they going to do with that? I mean, she's hopping planets, getting loaded.
I think she's supposed to be a train wreck. From what I've heard, she's supposed to be a train
to be a
wreck.
different kind of
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that does it for another episode of the Brothers Watch. We will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, join the Discord, and we will see you next time.